Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back to my Satisfactory playthrough. Today I believe we were going to go secure another source of limestone over there to increase our concrete production a little bit, and then we will work on organizing this factory a little bit now that we've got base building unlocked. Let's hope I actually have everything I need and I didn't just run over here prematurely. This might obstruct the miner, I'm not sure. Just break it to be sure. Have to make a portable miner. Oh yeah, see there's another one over here that's blocking it too. Alright, so we'll do it like that. I guess we might as well start working the conveyor belt back because I have to bring the power lines over. I should have brought them the first time, but you know. Wait, I just realized I'm totally bringing this the wrong way anyway. We need it over by the other limestone so that we can do a second constructor. Alright, so I have to figure out the best way to do this. Because we have that merging in over there. So somehow I need to combine all of these. We might have to rework this whole thing here, I'm thinking. Because we need to combine all three of these sources and then split it after it's combined into two constructors. It's going to be kind of messy right now. We'll have to clean it up after we get some foundations laid. Alright, so we'll take the power out to that other miner, and then we'll come back over here and put down the two constructors. I can't remember what our power consumption was at in our last episode, so peek at that. We still have a little bit of room. We should at least be able to get the 2 constructors down, I think. Put that somewhere where we can leave it for a while, because I seem to keep having to make it again, so might as well just leave it. Alright, there's twice the concrete production. Now, since we had to take our container for that down, we might as well move it up top there, closer to everything else. I was gonna say, it's gotta give me my little line so I can be obsessive about it. We desperately need to get that obstacle clearing done and start collecting some of the better biofuel, because we also need to upgrade our power generator for sure. There, so that should save us some trips down there for the time being, at least. We were supposed to get the screws and stuff going in this episode, and honestly, that is probably the best next move that we could make, since that'll help us get obstacle clearing unlocked. So let's add another biomass generator for starters, and then once we get the advanced biofuel, we'll go ahead and even switch the 2 on the hub off and switch over to a couple more of these. Alright, that will hopefully give us enough to get the screws going. Looks like we need to add more fuel to those other 2. So much. Actually, just had the game crash on me, which is actually quite rare for this game. I think that's actually the first time that it's happened to me. There. Redid all the stuff that I was trying to do, at least. Now, again, we'll try to go get plates and go get going on that screw production so that we can get obstacle clearing done. I'm not sure if we'll get to the reinforced plates in this episode. We'll see how long it takes to get the screws going and get our power grid switched over. And I did want to try to do some organization with the base building as well. Forgot to connect that for a second. It is nice, you get so much more biomass with the wood. Alright, let's go see about setting up this screw production line. Alright, so each of these is giving a 60, I believe. Is that correct? That's actually quite a bit, because I think, actually, yeah. One of these doing screws should give us a really good amount of screws. And then I'm pretty sure that with 60 out of each one, the next two should be able to do our reinforced plates completely, which will be nice. I was really confused for a second because I was like, how is there ore coming out of this when it's not even connected yet? I forgot that I had unloaded some extra ore that I had last time we were playing. Alright, we might even end up having to add yet another generator just to get this done, because now we're going to have to do 4 constructors doing rods, and then I believe 2? Is it 2? Oh, I can't even remember. It might even be more than that. Honestly, we might not need to even have all of this going in to screws. I think we'll do one of these refiners into screws, and the other one we'll end up doing screws that we'll use toward the reinforced plates when we do the other lines. We are going to end up needing more reinforced plates to do the the constructors that we need. So I know we need 2 constructors just to do the rods. Oh wait, it helps if you actually make the reinforced plates. Do you have to walk through here? You know, you're kind of in the way. Yeah, so each of those will use 15 ingots, and that smelter's putting out 30. So then the next thing we need to find out is how many of those rods are going to be used by each of these that's making screws, which is 10. So yeah, just these two constructors of rods are going to lead us to making 3 to do screws. So yeah, we definitely only need half of this vein for the screw production. Usually with stuff like this, like I'll actually funnel both of these into a storage container and then connect it to the other constructors from the storage container, just to help with the math of it all, making sure it's all lining up where it's supposed to be. Alright, so we're going to need 4 more of the reinforced plates to be able to make all of the constructors we need. Alright, so then we have all of these do screws. Wow, they're going to make 40 per minute each. Yeah, that should be plenty, I think. We'll probably have 500 before we know it. The question is, will our power grid support all of this? Just barely. Perfect. So that'll let us get obstacle clearing. That way we can kind of rework our whole power area to kind of automate the whole thing other than just collecting the brush and the wood. So I guess while our screws are building up, we'll go work on maybe some of the organization of the base for a few. We can also go put the concrete that we need in the hub and the wire, or the cable, so that we're only waiting on the screws. I love how fast you can get around in this game, even just running. Alright, so let's see here. Actually, we might want to wait to do a lot of that until we get the power grid thing done. That way I can move the hub and whatnot. I'm a little OCD about some of this stuff, so I actually tend to just kind of pick a spot and like be like, this is the level we're gonna work at, and then we'll just build everything off of that. I feel like right about this height would be perfect because it'll cover up that rock, which is probably our highest obstruction here. There's also the zoop. How do you do that? I can't remember. Hold on. Where is it? The build mode. Oh, R. So zoop is kind of cool because it lets you like, I think you can do up to 10 in one shot. You do, however, go through your concrete and your plates pretty quick when you're doing that, but I think we're making plenty of the plates at least. I am curious how fast we're making nails, though. Oh yeah, we're making plenty of nails. Just gonna put in a temporary ramp here to make it easier to get back and forth. Oops, I forgot about the power grid again. Let's see here. Oh right, I forgot we still have these two over here. I must be missing something. They sure look like they all have fuel in them. I'm kind of confused by that. Okay, I suppose that I could just add another generator really quick. Although it sure looks like there should be enough. Something about that is just not making sense to me. It doesn't look like it had a problem there. I'm really confused by that, but oh well. See, the problem is that's going to collide a bit with that miner, which is... I mean, it's going to bother me a little bit, but I suppose it's not that bad. Just make sure I didn't screw up any of the connections there. Just kind of gradually work things to be more and more organized here. It ends up simplifying things so much because this game just, I mean, it's not like overly complicated, but it definitely gets harder and harder as more stuff gets added in that you have to produce. I think the biggest concern right now, though, is just the power grid, really, which should be a little easier once we get this obstacle clearing and get the better biofuel.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated, fun.
Contractually mandated, okay. Wait, we have to go grab more screws, I think I saw, to be able to make the chainsaw. We're gonna make like 5 of this really quick to be able to just run the chainsaw. And then we'll just slowly start working all of our biomass into the solid biofuel, switch it out in the generators while we go collect more wood and leaves. And then I'm actually going to just kind of upgrade the power grid while adding in the automation for it. And it should make things a lot easier. So I think we currently have 6 generators going. So I need to go make like 6 generators in another location on our foundation. Just so I don't have to remove any of the power grid stuff once it's set up. Just trying to figure out where exactly I want to put the power grid at here. I think we're gonna put it like right here. We gotta get this power grid switched over. It's starting to get on my nerves. Alright, so we need to get 2 more of these down here. We'll like kind of do it like this. We're gonna have like the conveyor belt go around the outside of this area, I think. It's gonna try to be as friendly to the space as possible. Take up as little of it as we can here. Alright, so we're going to get rid of that constructor because it's actually going to be moved over here. We're going to end up having to rework this area like crazy. I think this whole line here is going to end up getting moved using probably a conveyor lift to move it all around to that platform up there. I guess we're just going to do it like this. Alright, we're going to have to move all of these generators forward because they're too close to the conveyor belt. Now I guess we can't really move that one forward without moving the other one. I wonder if I can actually fit a... No, there's no way. There's no way. Alright, we'll rework this. Oh no! Now I gotta get back up there. Sometimes trying to... I mean, it wouldn't be so bad, I guess, if there wasn't so much stuff. Oh wait, you know what? Duh, we can literally do it like this. Sorry, had a moment there. Says that's lined up, but it does not look perfect, but oh well. Alright, let's go get rid of all these other generators over here now. Put all the fuel into the new ones. And we don't need to use these ones anymore either. So you set this one up to do the biofuel, like the solid biofuel, and then we put biomass in there and it'll do that. So then our next step is to set up 2 more constructors to turn wood and leaves into the biomass, and then we'll have pretty much this whole thing automated. I just have to put a little bit of fuel into this. We're also going to have to spend an insane amount of time collecting biomass. And it gives us even more power because the 2 that were on the hub over there don't generate the same amount as these ones do. Alright, now we gotta grab some screws so that I can get my chainsaw made and actually start collecting some more biomass. Alright, now we just got to put that in a weapon slot and go collect some stuff. We should definitely work over here because we need all this stuff cleared out of the way anyway. This will actually let us expand our power grid when we need to anyway, because all this stuff will be out of the way. Alright, now we're going to make some reinforced plates, make 2 more constructors, and that will allow us to automate the biomass generation. This is still going to be a little tight over here for the time being, but at least it's more organized than everything was before. So we'll remember that the one on the right is going to do leaves, and the one on the left will do wood. So for starters, we can put these in here. And then we just have to power these. Which there's connection left here. So that'll feed into there, and then this will make our solid biofuel, and that'll distribute automatically to our generators. We will have to continue collecting biomass for quite a while until basically this whole thing is backed up with biofuel. Just gonna take a minute to get this to the point where it's actually gonna stay on for us. I feel like at some point when this is all filled up, we'll want to split some of this off to go into a container for our chainsaw, but that can wait until the power grid is actually stable. There, at least that'll make it make it easier to get up and down from here for the time being. See, it's the ones at the end that have trouble. I think what I found in the past is that if you take, like this one here is clearly filling up like quicker. So if you take out of this one and try to like, you know, if we leave like 6 in there and then we take the rest of this and like put it in these couple that are further away just to try to get them to fill up quicker. Yeah, this one here is not doing great either. 8. That. And then add to this one. Save some of that for collecting more. Alright, let's go get more stuff. I mean, I guess we have quite an abundance of stuff. It's actually just kind of standing here and manually processing it through that we're going to have to do. I think this is getting to the point, too, where it's actually like... Oh, no, actually. We just moved that there. That should help it keep pumping out here. Alright, I think that's actually where we're going to leave it for this episode. I think we made a decent amount of progress. We at least got the power grid reworked, and we've started to get our organization going. I think next episode we'll probably focus on doing more of this organizational stuff, catching up the power grid so that it's got plenty of fuel, and then depending how long all of that takes, we might start working on the reinforced metal plates, since that's like the last thing we really aren't producing that we have now. And then we'll kind of go from there. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.